during the renovation, it became smaller. And the reason, so if you remember, these were the doors here that came into the library.
Yeah.
This was the reading rooms, right? They were the reading rooms. So
Yeah.
these were definitely reading rooms. And then these two rooms here, they were just side areas, but they became computer labs. So this was, if you remember, I said back in the day, when you wanted your class to do research, you had to sign up for a computer lab, and then you would come. Now, again, everybody's got their own laptop. So now these are pretty much just classrooms, you know, that there's for computer science classes or web design or whatever. But so this is now the actual new entrance to the library. So the library is much smaller than it used to be. And it's pretty much divided into two areas. So this is as a teacher, you can sign out this area and you can do a classroom activity, and you've got a projector and the board. And so some teachers will do that, like they're having a debate, and I want the kids to be able to move around a little bit more easily than in my classroom. And then you have, I think, 12 computers, so kids can come and use the school computer if they don't have their laptop with them. And then kids still come and do homework and socialize. They don't get punched out like you said.
Well, I remember, so
this didn't change here, yeah.
So my senior year, I was a library aide.
Yeah, they still have a few of those.
And I remember, because I remember it was this area.
Yep.
And
this
I
didn't
would
change.
be, and I would be here,
Yep.
and then they would check out. You know,
Yeah,
people check out. I would I would have periodicals and other stuff that they could check
so
out.
a lot of things. Yeah, so there's magazines there. This is still storage. They have they used to have hundreds of VHSs and then later on DVDs. Pretty much don't have much anymore of that because everybody just streams it right off the computer.
What I heard, library aids checklist. So they still kept everything close.
When was the last time this was used? It says hand sanitizer, so must have been something relatively recently. But yeah, and then this used to be shelves, right? Tons of bookshelves were here.
Now, can students use the library as study hall?
Yes. So I think it's like freshmen, juniors is one day, seniors, sophomores are the other day. So it's even year, odd years, I think. But yes, but obviously there's not a lot of spots so you can't have.
Well, there's no
yeah.
question this is much smaller.
Right.
Than,
But that's because those two computer labs were part of the library.
Right.
That was huge.
Right.
And like I said, we used to do chess up here many years, and then it got too crowded, and so we moved chess back to my classroom. So, and then this used to be a reading room back here, because I remember when I used to sub at RB before I was a full-time teacher. You cameramen, you guys will get a kick out of this. The library had air conditioning. Most of the other classrooms did not have air conditioning back in the day. So I remember subbing remember Mr. Angie?
Oh yeah.
And it would be like May, and he would sign up his 5 classes for reading room A because it had air conditioning. And then the kids would come and do their little work on something, and then you're sitting in air conditioning and you're not sweating profusely all over things. Because that was, Miss Goldberg, that was one of her things, was she was like, we need air conditioning. You're teaching in a room that doesn't have any air conditioning. Yeah. It's miserable for the students and it's miserable for the teacher. So I remember that back in the early 90s, that you would come to the library to get air conditioning. Books need air conditioning, right?
Exactly.
So anyway, but it's still, I like it. It's still very welcoming, I think. That was something they wanted. They liked the circular tables, compared to the big rectangular ones. So that's why the rectangular ones are for like kind of the classrooms.
Sure.
And then they've added the cooler furniture. And again, so it makes kids feel more comfortable and more invited to come in. One of the last things for the library, we talked about Miss Hayes. So when Miss Hayes was that wonderful English teacher that was here from the mid 80s to, I think she might have started in 86, I think, if my memory. And so this was they made this little area for her after she passed, because she was an English and reading teacher. And 86, right. So she started the year after you, and she was here till 2019. So this is also one of my favorite spots, because she was a very special person and a dear friend. So if you had Miss Hayes for English, she's remembered, which is nice. You hope people remember you, and for the right reasons.
Exactly.
Right, for the right reasons. So so the kids just come in, they scan their ID, and then if they're gonna work on the computer, they're gonna work over there. So.
Wow.
And you said one of your favorite teachers growing up was Miss Mann. She was the librarian.
She was the librarian here.
My very first year, and then she retired, and then Miss Fritz took over, and she was here for many, many years. And Miss Mann was awesome.
I remember my senior year, and we would talk about, she was always asked me about, what are you doing?
Right.
What's
the plans?
What's the plan? What's the career? So we had a lot of career discussions.
She was.
And it was actually one of the things that I thought was great about being the library aide, is that was the instant way of never getting punched out, because you could talk. You could talk
and not get in trouble.
But you're talking, you're talking, and then if I would get a little vocal or whatever, they would just say,
bring it down. But there used to be, wait, the sign's gone.
Well, I think they have it over there. They have noise levels.
They used to have that all over the place, and it was always, what's the noise level for today? We need to be at 2, we need to be at 1, whatever, so.
Well, it's very welcoming. I think, to your point. And I mean,
how important libraries are.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's go on. Let's go see some more stuff.